parents of SHC. My name is Rachel Giovanetti, and welcome to my classroom. To give you a little bit of background information about me, I'm a graduate of Sacred Heart Cathedral, and it is both an honor and privilege to work at this fine institution. I teach multiple subjects in the math department, I coach both cross-country and track and field, and I'm actively involved in the Community Life program. The reason I'm not with you tonight is because I'm serving as an adult leader on the Cairo Senior Retreat. Now to give you a little bit of background information about BC Calculus. What is BC Calculus? Well, it is the highest level math class possible to take in the high school setting. This class is not easy. BC Calculus covers material equivalent to a second semester college level class. Your child, can receive college credits if he or she passes the AP exam. I can tell you from my personal experience, passing the AP exam got me credit for not only one, but two more math courses, which was one of the main contributing factors to me graduating college in 4 years. It saved me at least a year of my life and upon thousands and thousands of dollars for my parents. The workload is more than a typical high school math course. However, it is not my intent to have their free time dominated by math homework. If they are spending 2+ hours a night on regular math homework, please do them a favor. Take it away from them. Make them go outside. Make them go to sleep. Because a work-life balance is very important and it's never too early to learn. So, who takes BC Calculus? To find out who my students are, the first homework assignment of the year was for them to answer the following questions. Who are you? Why are you here? And what is one of your life goals? And here's what they told me about themselves. That they are the best and brightest mathematical minds at SHC. Well, I already knew that because I was the one that set the prereqs for this class, and I know exactly what it takes to not only qualify to be here, but also the desire that is required to be here as well. I also know that I am blessed to have the opportunity to teach such gifted and driven students. They told me that they wanted to pursue careers in the field of math, science, and medicine, which is excellent because having a strong background in calculus will help them be successful in those fields. They let me know that math is not their only talent. They are musicians, athletes, artists, activists, poets, and they hold leadership roles in most activities that they're involved in. And the main theme that I found common amongst their life goals is they wanted to make a difference in the world. And I feel very lucky that I am allowed the opportunity to challenge, nurture, and help them grow. I see it as my job to push your children's limits and get them ready for rigorous college programs. If they want to change the world, they're going to have to learn how to be creative. They've already demonstrated in previous courses that they are excellent at computing. Now it's time to challenge them to apply their knowledge and to create. This meme is not only hilarious, but it is also true. Because with challenge comes struggle, and oftentimes with struggle comes tears. And there have been a few moments in the last few days where there have been tears in this room. And how exactly did I ask my children to use math? And how exactly did it end up in them crying? Well, I'll tell you what happened. We have been talking about using calculus to find the volume of an object. So I brought in an object and told my students that they weren't allowed to eat the whole thing until they used the washer method to find the volume. The first time I have ever brought in a box of donuts that was met with such disdain. The second project was to put their knowledge of continuity, differentiability, and arc length to use by designing a roller coaster. What made this such a challenging process was there's no model to follow. They had to be creative and find ways to make the pieces make sense and to fit together. And if you made a wrong decision along the line, it made your life exponentially harder than it needed to be. But most of all, they were aspiring to be perfect. And the problem with perfection is perfection doesn't exist. So what can you do to help your students? The biggest thing is stress management. I've noticed that my students tend to be overextended. And what happens when you're overextended is you run out of energy. And everyone in this classroom is capable of achieving a really high grade, but the average ends up being closer to a B. Just because an A isn't earned doesn't make them a failure. It's not about the grade, it's about the journey. They can't be perfect at everything, and the farther calculus falls down the list of their priorities, the lower their grade tends to be. So if they're struggling with their grade at any point, please encourage them to seek help outside of class. Email me with any concerns, but most of all, remind them to get some sleep. Here's my contact information. Email is the easiest way to get into contact with me. My office hours are every day before school, Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, and by appointment during collaboration periods. And before you leave today, can you please grab an index card, put the name of your child on the card, and write down one thing I need to know about your child that will help me teach them better. Thank you for your time this evening, and go Irish!